Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, bro? You know who it is. It's your guy, E. Lamb. And this is the inaugural episode of Lamb's Chop. I kept it hidden. I didn't say anything to anybody about me starting a podcast, doing this on my own, doing this dolo. But guess what? That doesn't mean that I'm alone. That doesn't mean that me and the PG aren't rocking with each other. No, no, no. By no means or stretch of the imagination are we at odds. In fact, it was the PG who told me that I should do something by myself. So this is what you have. You got Lamb's Chop. Hey, come play along because I guarantee you in for something unique. You in for something engaging. You're in for something that's uniquely me. Now, listen, it's not going to be all sports. I'm going to give you a little bit of everything. I'm going to give you some philosophy. I'm going to give you some politics. I'm going to just give you me, things that go on in here. Now, I don't share a lot with a lot of people, but because you are you, I'm going to share me with you. I'm going to give you the good. I'm going to give you the bad. I'm going to give you the indifferent. I guarantee you, I am going to piss some of you off, but even more than that, I am going to compel you to think. And if I can do that, then mission accomplished. Now, as of right now, nobody is watching, and I actually prefer it like that. I'm able to just talk into the void, share my thoughts, share my perspectives, share my feelings on certain things, and share it with you. And if you like it, if you rock with it, like, subscribe, share. But if you don't, keep scrolling because I guarantee you, if you are in my comment section, I am going to reply. I am going to say something back. You give it to me, I'm gonna give it to you. And however you want to match it, I'm gonna match it. All right. So now the first thing on my mind is why this, right? Why am I even in the game? Now, I'm a black journalist, right? As you all can see. And this is a wild media landscapes with more twists than the crossover dribble. And far too often, I am one of the lone specks of pepper in a sea of salt. And I just feel like the onus is on me to help you all navigate and see behind the curtain, to see through the smoke and mirrors. So buckle up. Now, I went to UCLA with Russell Westbrook, right? Now, Russ was a super quiet dude, contrary to popular belief. He wasn't rambunctious, he wasn't loud, he wasn't in the limelight. Him and Nina were like this since like day one, since I met him, right? And fast forward, you could pull up the tape. Those of you who remember when he was playing in Philadelphia, as he's walking off, a fan runs to the tunnel and pours popcorn on his head. Now, if you know anything about Russ, Russ is from the city. His pops is an OG from 9-0s. People have gotten killed for far less in this city, Los Angeles, for far less. And so when that fan came and dumped popcorn on his head, Russ did what any real one would do. He was trying to scrap. I need that. I need that fade. I need that. And so you had security, the police pulling him back, ushering him into the locker room. And in the ensuing days, you had talking heads and pundits who derided him, who chided him, who lambasted him, said he needed to be more of a professional. He needed to know that he couldn't go up into the stands. Remember the malice in the palace. And the only thing that I could think of was Is this not a man? Is he not entitled to feel what he feels? Is he not entitled to respond to someone disrespecting him? Not just disrespecting him, pouring popcorn on his head. Now, I know a lot of you, some of you may feel as though because I pay my ticket, because I spend my hard earned dollars, right? I work a job that I dislike with a supervisor that I probably can or cannot stand, and I make pennies on a dollar while I'm making this other bozo hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So I should be able to go into this arena and say and do what I want. But I want you all to think, if you walked into your Starbucks and you saw someone talking down to the barista, or you're in a restaurant, sitting down having a meal with your friends and family, and you see someone at another table yelling or throwing stuff at their server, how would you respond? Would you just chill? Would you say nothing? Would you do nothing? That's the type of society that we live in. And so when I saw that and I saw the response on ESPN, on Fox Sports, on the radio, in various outlets across the world, I felt the onus was on me to tell Russ's story, right? And to tell his story with the nuance that is required. And it made me think about my time in Iraq, where soldiers from all walks of life, black, white, brown, Asian, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Hare Krishna, Democrat, Republican, gay, straight, we all came together around three things: food, music, and sports. We put our we put the polarity to the side, the things that caused us to wedge. We put those things to the side, and we enjoyed listening to the Love Below and talking about how it made us feel, or we looking at the Lakers, we playing video games, and we talking about, our favorite sports memory. Those were the things that were indelible to me. And so I try to leverage those three things as a storyteller: food, music, and sports, as a conduit, in hopes that we could have more meaningful dialogue and discussion. And so when I saw Russ going through what he went through, I'm like, somehow, some way, I got to find my way inside these rooms to ask these questions, to get athletes to dispel, discuss, to consider some of the more pervasive questions and issues that beleague our society. Because in my estimation, how sports is covered is very lowbrow. It's real low-hanging fruit. And so my goal is to humanize these athletes, to showcase and highlight them in the manner in which we can see ourselves in them. Because at the end of the day, that's what draws us to sports. That's what compels us to watch. It's the narratives. It's the mere fact that these individuals pour their heart, their nerve, their sinew into a particular craft, into a particular performance, and do amazing things. We see ourselves in them, good, bad, or indifferent. And so that's what compelled me to get in the game. Now, by no stretch of the imagination has this been easy at all. At all. There hasn't been a modicum of ease. However, it's worth it. Let me ask you all, if there was something that you could do, that you could make a living from doing, and it not feel like work, what would that be? Would you paint? Would you cook? Would you restore cars? Would you act? Would you sing? What would you do? For me, that's tell stories. Now, you see, for me, storytelling is what connects us soul to soul in this human experience. When we are able to see ourselves, our conditions, our experiences, our fears, our struggles, our turmoil, our success in another individual, it makes us feel connected. And that is what I am here to do. I'm not here to give you game stories. I'm not here to tell you the box score. I'm not here to tell you how many hits Shohei Ohtani had, how many points LeBron James scored, how many touchdowns Devontae Adams caught. That doesn't matter. What's the story in the story? What's the story in the game? What makes them them? That's what I want to know. And in the barbershops, I know I look a little scruffy, but in the barbershops that I've been in, these are the questions that a lot of us have. Who are these people? What makes them tick? What drives them? What are their fears? What are their insecurities? What gives them a simple sense of pride and purpose? And so, together, I'm just a reflection of you. I'm a mirror of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. And so, whatever questions you may have for these athletes, I am your representative. So, go on, leave them in the comment section. And when opportunity presents itself, I will ask them for you. Questions that you have about the game, on why certain people do certain things, leave them in the comment section. I'm here for you. I am your representative. I'm gonna ask them. Now, those of you who know me know that I have somewhat of an extensive vocabulary. And so my goal is to educate, to be a representative. Now, understand, through and through, I'm from the Jordan Down Projects. It's Watts on mine all day, every day, LA. All right. 3 times up top. Boss up, ball down, or bow down. But I had a very unique experience because I've always been very cerebral. I've always loved, I had a penchant and affinity for words. And because of that, I've been reading the thesaurus since I was like 6, 7 years old. So I'm going to leave you with a word of the day. Every episode of Lamb's Chop, you are going to learn a new word. And today's word of the day is halcyon. Now, what is halcyon? It's an adjective. It denotes a period of peace, calm, or prosperity, often nostalgically recalled. So when you think about back in the day, shout out to what song was that? Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, but some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. All right, so they reminisced about the halcyon days of their youth, where summer seemed endless and carefree. Halcyon. All right. Halcyon. Halcyon. So you're going to use that at some point, some juncture throughout the course of the week. Sprinkle that into a conversation. People gonna be like, Halcyon, what's that mean? And you'll be able to tell them, hey, I learned that from my boy Elam. All right. So understand I got ADHD. I'm bipolar. I'm all over the place. So if I'm talking, I go off on the tangent and I don't come back to my original point, please give me a little bit of grace. Please give me a modicum of grace because I need it. My mind is going a million miles per hour. It's going a million miles. I already said that. A million miles per hour, in a thousand different directions. And so I might not always come back to my original point, but know that there was one. All right. Um, I need y'all to understand that a lot of these times, man, that narratives are created by people that just have opinions and the power of the pen. Just because you read something, it doesn't make it true. It does not make it true. It doesn't make it a fact. It doesn't mean that if you agree that you are right or if you disagree that you're wrong. It just means that you align with the perspective and the opinion of a sports writer. It's literally a barbershop. Now, when I pull back the curtain, I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is contrived. We are sitting before the game at tables talking about giving our opinions. We giving the rationale as to why we're right, as to why Mike is the greatest player of all time, why LeBron is the greatest player of all time, why Kobe is the greatest player of all time, why Kareem, Bill Russell, Larry Bird. But none of it is true. So you sitting up here looking at reading people who are literally just giving you their opinion. Understand, at the end of the day, it's just opinion. It's just opinion. I want to tell you that you do not know these people, whether it be Uncle Shay, whether it be LeBron, whether it be Matthew Stafford, whether you don't know these people. You do not know these people. So stop caping for them. Now, some of y'all are glazers, like, bro, you glazing a man that you don't even know. You glazing a man that doesn't even know that you exist. And if you had access to more information, I guarantee you would see them in a completely different light. That's been one of the best, worst things to happen to me in this industry is being able to see behind the curtain, to see players that I actually rock with. There are players that I think are phenomenal philanthropists that do great things in the community. But when you see them, you like, bro, you are not who you make yourself out to be. And then there are people who have bad reputations, who are derided in the media. And it's like, bro, if you knew who this dude was, there's absolutely no way that you could be on his head like this. You don't know none of these people. And so I know Uncle Shay, he's been the latest person in the news, with a woman who has accused him of sexual impropriety. And a lot of people are shocked. Why? Because they heard certain things. What? Not Uncle Shay. Again, you don't know these people. Joy Taylor, you don't know these people. Some of these people seem like the coolest people, down to earth. They're very charismatic. They are very gregarious on the mic. Hit you with a ton of energy. You like, oh man, that's this person. Oh man, that's the homie. Ooh, bro, you don't know him. Behind closed doors, some of these people are vile human beings. Vile. deceptive, crass. They just know how to turn it on when the camera is on. Me, I stay out the way, bro. I'm not with none of that. I'm not for none of that. I'm out the way, bro. I don't have a desire to be at the forefront like that. I don't have an incessant need to. And it's crazy, man, because I see other journalists like really be on some like try to buddy these cats. And I'm like, bro, they don't rock with you like that. If they rocked with you, you would know. I see this one journalist all the time, man, all the time. Every Laker game, he waits. He waits for LeBron to come out of the locker room just so he can like hit him with a little. It's like, bro, like you don't realize he think you a lame, bro. He don't mess with you like that. He don't rock with you like that. You think too highly of yourself. Now, I understand you got a major publication behind you. Me, I got Culver City Observer, Sporting Tribune. I got nobody behind me. Even more than that. Even more than that. If you know my story, you know that in 2023, Kansas City, Google my name, Eric Lambkins II. I got arrested at the NFL draft for 3 NFL jerseys, 49ers, Cowboys, and the Vikings. Now, if you know the story behind it, I was going to get food. I had gotten to the draft at like 6:45. I was live streaming for USC because I was a student at USC. I got us approved to go to the NFL draft in Kansas City. I got us the credentials for that. For the Talk of Troy, something that I co-founded with Jonathan Williams because USC didn't have a sports talk radio show. And so I'm at the draft. I don't have an opportunity to eat. I didn't get any food. So I'm there from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. No food, no water, no restroom breaks. And as soon as Zay Flowers got off the days, I'm like, bro, I'm hungry. So I go, back with the other 4 people that were with me. Like, man, is there any food? Oh, man, there's some food across the hallway. I'm like, all right, bet. I go across the hallway. What do I see? A vat of nacho cheese that was starting to coagulate, some mini pecan pie bites, and some Cool Whip. That's it. I'm like, dog, I'm hungry. So I get like 2 plates, throw some pecan pie bites on the plate. I go back with my team. I'm like, here. Shout out to the homegirl, Janai. She was like, oh, I don't eat Knox. I don't eat nuts. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm literally walking around where we are to try to see if I could find a bag of chips, something that somebody might have left. Found a buffalo chicken wrap sandwich. Bring it back to the group. Everybody's like, bro, I don't know whose hands have been on that. I'm not touching it. I'm not eating it. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Year prior, I went to the NFL draft in Las Vegas. Same situation. I go over to the green room. It's food over there. All right, bet. Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the green room. I'm going to grab some food. Just so happens, my boy Jude is like, hey, can I come with you? I'm like, why not? I don't care. Now, if you see me around any arena, I'll always have my credential dangling off my belt loop. It makes it easy to show. I don't have to tuck it, nothing. I just don't like stuff around my neck. Blame it on slavery, right? I just don't like stuff on my neck. And so I'm walking in my suit, showing my credential every step of the way. Every step of the way. You cannot go 50 feet in any of these venues without security being present. Showing my credential every step of the way. Security lets us through every step of the way. Didn't hide, didn't duck, didn't secret agent. Literally show my credential every step of the way. Get over to the green room. We find some Snickers. We find some Jif peanut butter cups and some granola bars. Crazy. I haven't told the story in a while, and it still comes back to me. Come back. We take pictures on the stage, the draft stage. Me and Jude taking pictures, take videos. It's some guys that walk right past us, back of house staff. As we were walking on the draft stage, these dudes had hats and jerseys and shirts from different teams from the draft. So I'm like, oh, they giving away swag. If you cover sports, or if you're in the media, period, whether you cover entertainment, politics, sports, you're going to be in venues that give stuff away. I've had professors who have reported at the White House. Their offices are decorated with stuff that they've gotten from the White House. I know people who cover entertainment. There's always swag bags. They giveaways, boo, 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 because they're not going to take the stuff with them. They're going to give it away. And so when I saw these cats walking off in the direction of the jersey tent, I'm like, oh, okay, they giving stuff away. I've gone to Dodger games, they giving stuff away. Laker games, they giving stuff away. Clipper games. It's not a far-fetched idea. So I go over to the jersey tent. I see a lady sitting down. I ask her, hey, can I get a jersey? She goes. Now, I don't know about you, but me, I interpreted and took it as, go ahead. Now, I got two boys. They love the 49ers. That's the reason why I got a 49er jersey. Jude is with me. He's a diehard Cowboys fan. And Janai, she knows Jordan Addison, who had just got drafted. Thus, the Vikings jersey. Didn't sneak. Didn't try to hoard. Didn't get greedy. For me, in my mind, again, I told y'all, I got ADHD. I'm bipolar. Put them in the same bag that I had the snacks in. We walk past security, give it past security, give it to security. They look in, take the jerseys out, see the snacks, put everything back in. Next day, let me take a step back. We stayed there for about an additional hour and a half. So around this time, it's like 2 o'clock, 2:30. Call an Uber. We got to wait. Uber comes and picks us up. We don't get back to our hotel till 3:45. We fly out the next day. I wake up 7:45, go get something to eat, pack up. We go to the airport, check in. As soon as I get on the plane, I knock straight out. I go straight to sleep. Little did I know, the plane goes to the tarmac, goes to the runway. It's called back to the gate. I'm knocked out. I feel somebody kicking my foot. I wake up. I see 5 police officers. Are you Jude? And I feel bad for this. And I'm like, what? Nah, Jude over there. I'm not in my frame of mind because I normally don't talk to police. Like, what? I'm not answering no questions. Oh, okay. Are you Eric? I'm like, yeah. This is 2 weeks before graduation. Are you Eric? Yeah, I am. I need you to stand up. I'm hella confused. What's going on? Pull my sweats up. Oh, you being arrested for burglary. What? It was like a Scooby-Doo moment. Yeah. And so got charged with felony burglary, second-degree burglary, felony theft, misdemeanor trespassing. I'm facing 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. Now, nothing but the grace of God that the DA was like, they looked at the sum total of the evidence and was just like, nah. That's the only reason why I'm not sitting in the prison cell right now. That's it. But this is the part that irks me the most, was that I'm a student at USC. Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism is literally the best journalism school in the nation. And they told us, before we write anything to do our due diligence to check the veracity of the reports, to ask the hard questions. Why this? Why that? I get out of jail and I see all these like articles, just like I snuck over there. Nah, I didn't sneak at all. I stole? No, I asked. I asked. And so in the ensuing days, man, it was just completely crazy to me. Just completely crazy. Completely crazy. Get back home. My name and my face is plastered all over the internet. All over the internet. And the funniest thing to me in all of this were the trolls, man. Go to my Instagram and look at some of my especially my video with Norm Nixon. You got people underneath there bringing up stuff that got nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. But the trolls were everywhere. You had people launching campaigns on why I shouldn't be able to graduate. You know, it's crazy, bro. People that I thought were down for me, people that told me that they were going to be mentors to me in this game, turn their back on me. And it's cool. Don't feel no type of way. Because I can say Nick Hamilton, that's a real one. Nick Hamilton is a real one. Nick, before I even got to USC, would just, hey man, how you doing? Hey, I see the work that you're doing. Hey, the questions that you asking these pressers, man, like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Nick was like one of 3 people to just hit me up like, hey man, how are you? And to this day, still gives me advice. Michael the PG, that is my bro. That is my bro. I do not have a lot of friends in this media space. Michael is one of them. Michael is a brother. People were hitting him up like, hey man, weren't you with Eric? He like, hey bro, I went out. I don't know what the heck happened. But when I tell you, just those 2, for example, like, didn't have to, because when I tell you the entire industry shut their doors, turn their back, I was like, wow. Wow. Okay. So when I tell you that I understand the power of the media, I experienced it firsthand. And that's why I'm in this space, to tell these stories. So for every Henry Ruggs there is, for every Glenn Big Baby Davis, I'm going to be there asking the questions that require nuance to tell these stories. Why? Because it's not just black and white. It's not. It's always something more. There's always a deeper meaning. There's always some sort of motivation that we're not necessarily privy to from a police blotter or a police report. And so I'm the type of journalist that's going to do you a service and dig deep. And I'm going to ask the tough questions. Now, Lamb's Chop, this is what you're going to get. Like I said, some of you are going to like it, some of you will not like it, and both are completely fine to me, because at the end of the day, there's 2 things that I'm dedicated to doing. That's staying black and breathing. Now, that don't mean that we're a monolith. A lot of my views don't align with a lot of people's. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm somewhere in the middle, as I think most Americans are. I've gone to 2 prestigious universities, UCLA and USC. Guess what? Like them both, hate them both. Root for them both. Root against both of them. That's what you're going to get from me. You're going to get me. A little snot-nosed kid that grew up in Watts, that wasn't accepted at home, that got bussed across the city to affluent schools and wasn't accepted there because I was too ghetto. So if you are a misfit, if you are an outcast, if you are somebody who has always had to beat to your own drum, this is your show. This is for you. And if you want to dig deep, if you want to learn more about what motivates these athletes, who these athletes are, what inspires them, what compels them to do the things that they do, this is your show. And if it's not, that's cool. Because it's a million other shows that's going to give you exactly what you're looking for. This right here is unique. This right here is a rare gem. So, welcome to the barbershop. What? Nah, not a barbershop. Welcome to the butcher, because this is Lamb's Chop. All right. And I'm rocking with you, you rocking with me. And I guarantee you, man, as we progress, as there are future episodes, I guarantee you, man, you gonna like what you see in here. We're gonna have a whole bunch of guests, man. We're gonna have some big names, we're gonna have some up-and-coming names, we're gonna have some athletes. We are going to have some athletes, some household names. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. But even more, I need you and I want you to understand that I'm invested in you. This is a show that you're not going to get anywhere else because this is completely interactive. The chats, the comments, things that you guys want to know, the things that you guys have questions about. I am your gumshoe. I am your sleuth. I am a servant to you and for you. And together, we're going to make this work. All right. So this is the first episode of Lamb's Chop. Just a little quick introduction to who I am, what I'm about, and my why, man. Because I feel like sports could be a vehicle to have real change, and to foster conversations that we just don't normally have. So that's what you're interested in, man. That's what you have. I am your guy, Eric Lambkins II, and this is Lamb's Chop. I got to work with a tagline. I don't know. I'm going to come up with one, but till then, I salute you. I'll holler at you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.